Welcome to This Week in West Hempstead, sponsored by Spiegel Law PC, 516-873-1683, Tiffany Dry Cleaners, I&D Glot Market, and Reister's Bakery. Here are your hosts, David and Norm. Take it away, gentlemen.
All right, Dan and Norm, welcome back.
Good to be back.
Great to have you in the studio.
Absolutely.
And you brought the rain. It's, we finally, after this long drought, it's, just a little bit, not so bad.
You used to call us gloomy days, but we're so looking forward to this.
I know.
Is so
you want to run outside and do a rain dance. Like, wow, this is unbelievable.
And not only that, last night I heard the rain pouring down. I haven't heard that in months.
Yeah, so great for the lawn and fill up the reservoirs, at least just a little bit.
Yeah, it's supposed to continue maybe tomorrow, and then we'll see a little bit more next week, which is good because we don't like being in fire conditions.
Yeah, and bring on the snow. So Norm, it's not school budget season yet, but sort of like the first shot was fired. There was a motion to move the UPK unused seats to Hank, and that motion was rejected by the school board by a vote of 5-2. And
so I don't understand this one. Do you? Do you have any idea what would be the objection of giving over seats that they're not using?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think we need to dig a little bit deeper, outside of the fact that the motion was rejected. Of course, this was, again, sort of like what I'd call almost like party lines. And you had Blass and Lazar were the ones who were voting for it, and the balance voted against it.
There's got to be a story there. It doesn't make sense.
Well, yeah, but it also could be that the seats are just going back to the public school, or it could also be that there's some sort of regulations or whatever relating to what happens to seats, as it were in previous years. We just don't know. But
do we have any idea how many seats? Is there a specific number?
They know the number. They actually know the number. We reported on this last year. It's a significant number.
Yeah, and you know what? We have people in the community who, really focused on this. I've reached out to get a little bit more information, and we'll continue with the story because it seems like it's pretty important.
Yep.
But putting all that aside, there's some really incredible after-school and enriched academic programming that's going on at the school district. It's called Rant Pathways program, and they had this amazing Facebook post with the kids really engaged with all sorts of interesting activities, and it's just really great to see.
Yeah, interesting stuff. The culinary stuff is really interesting to do in school.
Yeah, and so we look forward to that. And also in sports, so the football Rams season ended.
Yep.
Not so good. 4-5 record.
Not terrible.
Not so good. And so now we get to turn our attention to basketball, Rams basketball, and the season kicks off against Locust Valley December 11th at 5 p.m. So go Rams. And so coming up on December 8th, we have an important event. The Community Support Association is holding their annual holiday at Hall's Pond. They have a lot of fun activities for the kids and families of all ages.
Yeah, weather permitting, you should be there.
Yeah, I think there is the location moves to the secondary school in the event of a rain delay or just some issues with the weather.
Yeah, I presume, by the way, we'll have the annual Chabad menorah lighting. Place as we get, so there's lots of holiday stuff going on.
Yeah, well, look out for those dates, and everyone loves that gelt being thrown down from the fire truck. I still have the marks to anyway. So. Terrible story.
Hempstead Turnpike.
Yeah, so there was a fatal car pedestrian accident. It took place early this morning. The accident was at the intersection of Hempstead Turnpike and Uniondale Avenue. And here's my issue.
It's a busy road.
Hempstead Turnpike is literally becoming what they used to call Queens Boulevard, the Boulevard of Death or Avenue of Death. And it took New York City almost 10 years to go through 6 different phases to complete completely transformed the trajectory of Queens Boulevard. And I used to live right on Queens Boulevard. Let me tell you something. It literally was like you really took your life in your hands crossing the street.
It was a ridiculous number of lanes to get through.
Especially like pushing a baby carriage. It was like, oh my God. I mean, but they've changed all that.
Right.
So why can't they look at Hempstead Turnpike and say, you know what? It's not a super highway. And maybe they need to do things when they make bike path lanes. They can do other things to kind of slow things down.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But I wonder how many fatalities a year there is there. You hear about it sporadically, but it doesn't seem to be a...
No, we've covered some
a few.
you know, a few.
It's a busy road.
Yep. And if I'm not mistaken, that Uniondale Avenue, I'm looking at it on the map here, that's right near where Hofstra is. It's right near the Nassau Coliseum. It opens up to like 3-4 lanes over there.
Like Queens
even
Boulevard.
worse, and there's nothing there until you get to the Meadowbrook, but Speedway.
Yeah.
And if people are trying to get, I think there's a McDonald's or Burger King or something over there, it's definitely one of those things.
And you don't have the tools like speed cameras and speed bumps and all these other things that you have in New York City. So yeah, it's like racers start, get going until you get to the Meadowbrook.
So Hofstra has a great deal. They have a walk that goes from one side of the highway to the other.
Yeah.
And maybe that's the answer.
Well, this did take place at about 1:30 a.m., so that, in itself may have been somewhat problematic, but not so good. They really need to, I think the town of Hempstead and Nassau County really need to take a look at Hempstead Turnpike.
Right.
All right, so now will be a good time for us to take a quick commercial break.
Tiffany Dry Cleaner is ready to handle all your cleaning, laundering, and dry cleaning needs. We offer free pickup and delivery Sunday to Friday in all communities. Give us a shot.
So Norm, according to the library, they just put a post up on Facebook. They have all these incredible services.
Right.
Newspaper services, both physical and digital, although I've never seen recently someone sitting there reading a paper in the library, let alone whether it came from the library or not. They also do notarizing, which I actually thought was fantastic.
I've used it all the time.
I didn't even know they had
They tell you make a donation to the library. You put a couple of bucks in and they do the notarization.
Yeah, $2, greatest value. But who knew that they did it at the library?
Well, who knew they even had tickets for museums?
Yeah, that I've used.
And attractions all over the place.
It's really incredible.
I never remember to do that on time. It's always when I get there, I forgot.
And finally, this is for Dan because he's always a history buff. Copy machines used to put the dimes and nickels in there, and now you can print right off of your laptop in the library.
Beautiful.
So, another really great service from the library. So yesterday, Wednesday, I went into Restorers, and we'll get to them in a second, but they were holding their monthly West Hempstead Historical Society meeting, and it was great. As you see Leslie McAvoy and John Shea and the entire crew come out. This week they were talking about the history of West Hempstead and Hempstead and surrounding areas.
Going back to the 1600s.
Yeah, and apparently there's a cemetery by Front Street. It's a little bit dilapidated, and they got some really old headstones. Maybe we should do a remote from there or something like that.
That would have been great for Halloween.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? Let's mark that down in our calendar.
But there's a lot of material in Historical Society from West Hempstead at the library.
Yeah.
Right? So you can go to the front desk and ask for it. It's pretty interesting stuff.
Yeah, anything you want, and reach out to Leslie, and the resources that they have are just really incredible. So in some regional news, the contractor Heatherwood, those are the guys who were putting together the Liquidators development. They got shot down in a development that was scheduled for the 5 towns, and it was going to be in Inwood and North Lawrence. There was a little bit of controversy about whether or not it could be supported and all that stuff. They had a go green light. Up until now, town of Hempstead shut them down in total.
What's that about?
I don't know.
It has something to do about notifications.
Well, so apparently in 2019 they didn't follow all the right steps of bringing the public to hearings, and maybe they
got challenged. Somebody.
Yeah, they didn't do sometimes you get nailed on the procedures.
Yeah. Technicalities. But
so that's going down. I also saw in the docket that there's going to be some more hearings on the casino, just as a side note. And also in building development, Norm, what's going on with Hank? Anything new?
Yeah, they're up to their 3rd floor. store. They'll be topping off hopefully in the next couple of months, 3 months maybe, and then hoping to be in there next year, which would be pretty dramatic.
They're really building like Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious.
It's really unbelievable.
Right, as they are in Heatherwood. I mean, there's a lot going on there. We can't find out anything because they don't make any public announcements and they don't do interviews. But you can see the amount of development is significant.
Yeah, it is pretty significant. I do have one beef as always, which is just the sidewalk that they pushed out into the road on Westminster, and it doesn't just seem practical for people to walk on it, but you know what, I'm always complaining
if
about
we're
something.
ranting about it, I have to say I come down when you cross Hempstead Turnpike over there. I guess maybe it's because all the construction rested. If you do not slow down like 2 miles an hour, you will absolutely rip the bottom of your car out when you come across Hempstead Turnpike over there. So
well,
it'd be nice to have that sorted too.
It is the price of progress.
I guess so.
And just a quick footnote. Earlier today, I had to get a car registered. And it was a fairly lengthy process with forms and getting everything together. But instead of going down to the DMV, I went to the AAA that's in Garden City, literally like 8 minutes away from here. They were quick. They took care of me. I came back with new plates and new registration. I think everyone thinks about the DMV and the slog that you got to deal with. It's a really great alternative.
Yeah, the DMV is a nightmare. I mean, if you're a member of AAA, this is a free service.
Yeah.
You just walk in there. If there's nobody in front of you, you walk up to the desk. I had my registration process. I don't know why they didn't send me a renewal, but they printed it all there. They gave me the sticker. I went home and that was
it's like a remote DMV. It's pretty amazing. So Dan, what's going on to Restores? I mean, the Instagram video that you produced is unbelievable.
So it's been a little bit busy over there for good reason. It's busy with them. It's busy with us to show you all of this. I will say, first of all, their specials of the week are corn muffins, $1.50 each. So by all means, go over there, grab a cup of coffee, a couple of corn muffins. You will be happy. The Thanksgiving stuff is unbelievable. The pies are flying out of there.
Yeah.
I had a chance to sit there. Tommy the baker, whose birthday I think was either today or yesterday.
Happy birthday
to Tommy. So he was decorating some of the lemon pies, and Carl was making the apple pies, and of course Carl Sr. is cranking out the chocolate turkeys. It was a fun video to work on, it really was, and by all means take a couple minutes, pop over to Instagram or our Facebook page and give it a watch. It's
and just to give an idea where Thanksgiving is, just around the corner, if you don't get your pre-orders into Restorers by Sunday, you can't pre-order.
Yeah.
And then you're really, just stuck to your own devices.
You will be standing online waiting. But if you pre-order and you tell them you're coming in, they will basically have a standalone line. You come in, you pick up your pie, you walk out. It's fantastic.
It is the best. And finally, Creative Corner, if you're planning a birthday for young and old, give them a call at 516-385-8782. And that'll be a wrap-up for this week. And Norm, it's just great to have you back.
Good to be here.
Pray for more rain. Thank you, Dan. And we look forward to joining you next week on This Week in West Hempstead.
Stay dry. Or should I say stay?
Thanks for watching, everybody. Please be sure to visit our sponsors, Spiegel Law PC, Tiffany Dry Cleaners, I&D Glot Market, and Reester's Bakery. To find out more or to reach out to us, come visit us on social media at Facebook and Instagram, or visit our website at westhempsteadecho.com.
Welcome to I&D Glot. We love our customers. We have the freshest produce. We have all the groceries you need. We have the best cuts of beef, veal, lamb, chicken for the best price. And of course, a bakery department with all fresh cookies, cakes, and freshest bakery item. And of course, with a takeout department with delicious food. If you need to place an order, do it online. We'll deliver it to you, or come into the store and shop. We can't wait to see you.